Hello everyone, new episode of headlines for today, for 26th of September, Thursday, and there are quite a lot of interesting and important news, dear friends, that I prepared for the second update, but let me share with you at least some headlines of this second update. And first of all, report from RIA Novosti that Russian armed forces conducted strikes on the Stara Konstantinov airfield in Kiev-controlled territory. This is the western Ukraine, I believe. And according to pro-Russian partisans, it is highly likely that during the strike, some F-16s were based on that airfield. And to add to this information, little earlier today, Ukrainian journalist, public figure, politician in exile, Anatoly Shary, posted on his Telegram channel that as a result of Russian precise strike, 4 F-16s were destroyed. He did not said that this information is officially confirmed, but he said that according to his sources, as a result of Russian strike, most likely 4 F-16s were destroyed. And I remind you, dear friends, that in the first batch that Kiev regime received of these planes, there was only 5 of them. 1 F-16 allegedly was shot down by Patriot air defense systems as a result of friendly fire about 2 weeks ago, maybe a little more. And now this report that possibly Russian armed forces destroyed 4 remaining F-16s as a result of this long-range precise strike, most likely in Stara Konstantinov airfield. Although, once again, this information definitely needs to be confirmed by officials. I was searching for confirmations on internet, and I didn't find any additional information for now. But well, Anatoly Shary, this Ukrainian journalist, quite often shares information that is becoming true later on. So there is a high probability that yes, Kiev regime lost all 5 of their F-16s from first delivery, and this is huge. Obviously, this is huge. To lose 4 planes as a result of single attack, that's going to be devastating for any air force in this world. And of course, Kiev regime's air force is no exception, that already lacks significantly capabilities. So this is a breaking news, I will say, for this moment, although there are some, of course, additional reports. And if I may, I will share this information with you. Although let me go into this square, because it is quite windy out there. Also, RIA Novosti's report that Russian armed forces conducted strikes on military and logistics infrastructure of the Kiev regime in Kiev itself, and also Ivano-Frankivsk region. Details, dear friends, of course, in my second update on Patreon. And if you are interested in more news from Russia, you're more than welcome to join our community on Patreon or Boosty, where I'm sharing second updates and more extra content. Also, dear friends, we have reports in Russian media that as a result of Russian long-range precise strike on the motor siege company in Kiev-controlled territory in Zaporozhye, to be more precise. Facility was destroyed where Kiev regime was storing at least 250 drones and some other military equipment, which is also obviously significant. We have a report from Vzglyad newspaper with the headline that Russian armed forces cut all the roads of supply and support for Ugledar garnison of the Kiev regime, which is obviously South Donetsk sector of the front line, and Ugledar is in headlines nowadays because of this significant progress of the Russian armed forces in this direction. Also report that Kiev regime's forces from Ugledar are retreating towards western outskirts of this city, which means that progress of the Russian armed forces inside the city is quite significant if local garnison of Kiev regime is fleeing positions and they're concentrating now on western outskirts. Although yesterday and day before there was reports that Russian armed forces approached Ugledar not just from southern eastern but also from southern western flanks, so therefore, and even entered city. So therefore I don't think western part of Ugledar going to be any more safer for Kiev regime formations than any other district in the city. Also, additional news that a press spokesman of the Russian president, Dmitry Peskov, was asked about yesterday's statements of Russian President Vladimir Putin about changes in Russian military or Russian nuclear doctrine, to be more precise. And Peskov was asked if statements of the Russian president should be received in the West as a sort of message or signal. And Peskov said that it's not just should but must be seen by Western leadership as a message from Moscow. Question is, Peskov was more diplomatic. I will say this was a clear warning, isn't it? It's not just simple message, it was a warning. Question is, if there is anybody among Western ruling elites that are capable of understanding what these warnings really mean. Also, dear friends, TASS news agency is reporting that Biden allocated another 5.5 billion US dollars worth of military aid for Kiev regime. So another 5.5 billion of US taxpayers going into this money laundering scheme in the name of Ukraine. Just imagine how much good could be done with this amount in US itself. But at this point, I guess no one really is counting all these billions and billions. Also, dear friends, not surprisingly, Ukraine's so-called defense minister Umerov stated that Ukraine is 80% dependent on the Western aid. And this is a headline. Also, RT is reporting about statements of President of Turkey that he made in New York on the sidelines of General Assembly. And headline is that US does not want Ukraine in NATO, according to him, according to Erdogan, which is quite a bold statement to make. And probably Washington not gonna like this. All the details, dear friends, all the details about every single news that I'm talking about now in second update. Also, a report that Anglo-Saxons attacked ally with Nord Stream sabotage, according to Russian intelligence. And well, Russian foreign intelligence service is directly blaming basically for attacks on Nord Stream pipelines, Washington and London. Also, head of Russian parliament, Vyacheslav Volodin, stated that Biden is behind Nord Stream sabotage directly, which is also true. Seymour Hersh was very clear on that, isn't it? World famous US award-winning journalist. Also, RIA Novosti's report with the headline that Prime Minister of Israel, Netanyahu, ordered IDF to start operations against Hezbollah with full force, which may be indicator that next level of escalation is about to start between Israel and Hezbollah, Lebanese Hezbollah. Also, we have Zgliad newspaper's reporter with the headline that Israel, during nighttime, conducted strikes on 75 different objects of the Hezbollah. It's a fountain here. Probably it's going to be a little noisy, so I move a little far. So yes, during the nighttime, Israel targeted 75 different objects of the Hezbollah. At least this is the claim of the IDF. Also, Kommersant newspaper is reporting with the headline that US and its allies, I guess allies from NATO, among NATO member states, are basically calling for the escalation in the Middle East. And seems like Washington wants to pretend or create this illusion that they are against this latest escalation between Israel and Lebanon, although I personally don't buy this, and I guess nobody will really take seriously anything that comes out from Biden's administration. Also, RIA Novosti's report that Iran proposed to create, to join basically energo grid of Russia, Saudi Arabia, and UAE, and Iran can provide assistance in that. So Iran will also join this energo grid, as far as I understand, which is well, quite a significant proposal, interesting proposal, and it might work. Who knows? It might work and benefit all the participant countries. And also, finally, headline that Google is restricting creation of the new accounts for Russian citizens. And even though for now confirmations of the Google account, when you ask by YouTube or Google to confirm that this is your account, even though this feature is working for now, it is a possibility that Google will cut Russia completely from its platforms, including YouTube, which is which is going to be, of course, quite unfortunate if it will happen. But what you're gonna do about it, isn't it? So, dear friends, in case YouTube will become unreachable for us, for Russian citizens, please consider to subscribe to my other to my channels on other platforms, to my Telegram channel, to my Rumble channel, and if you want to have access to more news from Russia, then to my Patreon and Boosty pages, where I have plenty of additional content, not just news updates, but I mean, there are dozens and dozens of videos about just about life in Russia. So yes, this is it. This is it. Relatively short video. Hopefully you will find it interesting. And if you have not watched today's first update, it was packed with the news, dear friends. But YouTube's administration, YouTube's algorithm did what they do best, crushed my video. So if you have not seen it, please check that video. And click the like button on this one and leave some commentary. Maybe it will help deal with the YouTube's algorithm. Maybe not, but at least we can try. And to be honest, I'm so tired with YouTube that maybe I will just drop this platform altogether and move completely on Rumble and Patreon. and the Boosty plus Telegram, maybe, because it is really annoying that you are trying, working to create some informative content, and just because criminal elites in the West and their puppets among YouTube's or Google's leadership don't like this content that I'm creating, they are crushing my videos. What the hell, man? And same time, by the way, some channels that are extremely anti-Russian and are spreading some total nonsense, they are gaining like hundreds of thousands of views. Maybe this is fake numbers, who knows, but that's what YouTube shows on its platform. Anyways, dear friends, this is it for this short update. As I said, if you want to support, all the links to my PayPal, Boosty, Patreon are under this video in the description box and in the pinned comment. Have a great day and take care.